With the professor conversation coming up from Mehdi Hassan, I think a lot of people are making the comparison between you and Jordan Peterson. I'm not sure if he's still on Daily Wire. Have you compared yourself, well, your careers to him? And what lessons can we learn? Because his reputation is not the same as it once was. He was very popular during the woke push from Larry Fink, as he's now admitted. But nowadays, he has a mental health problem, which I mean, you did admit that it was getting difficult for you in March. How can we learn from Jordan Peterson's career?
I think that Jordan Peterson is a brilliant teacher, right? If you just go back and watch his lectures, he had a way of engaging his students. He had a way of sharing himself um, that made him very charismatic, that made him an exemplar role model for young people. And if he just focused on that, I think he could have been a positive force in the world. But his mistake was this. His mistake was when he became popular, he monetized himself. So I think there's this clip of him talking about how much money he makes. And he's like, well, I make, $60,000. I'm just making this up, okay? But I'm saying I make $60,000 a week doing lectures. I make $20,000 a week doing book sales. I make $30,000 a week on Patreon. And I know it's a lot of money and it's very tempting, but when you get seduced by that money, you have to sell your soul, I think. I think, yeah, you want to monetize to a certain extent, and I do monetize. I mean, like I don't monetize my YouTube, but I monetize my Substack, and that's a lot of money. It's nowhere near how much Jordan Peterson makes. I think the Daily Wire gave him $60 million for his IP, right? So that's a lot of money. But you have to remember that this is how they control you. This is how they get you with money, right? So remember, after October 7th, Netanyahu said, give them hell, Israel, right? So he came out vocally in support of Israel. And you shouldn't do that. I mean, you as a teacher, you want to maintain some impartiality. You want to maintain some distance. You want to maintain perspective. But he was taking so much money from these people that he felt that, okay, they're my friends, they're in trouble, I need to speak out. And then he got a lot of backlash for that. That's how they get you. They get you through money. Okay. So I don't monetize my YouTube. And everyone's like, you're insane. You could be generating a lot of money through YouTube and you do a great job on YouTube. So why not just take the cash and enjoy your life? And the answer is because I don't want them to control me, right? So it's a signaling mechanism where like I'm telling them I don't want to monetize my YouTube, so don't come talk to me. I'm gonna shut the door on you. The devil can only come in if you let him in. Okay? You have to invite the devil in. And I'm not gonna invite you guys in, so don't bother. Right? I don't care what you do to me, but I'm not gonna take your money. I'm not going to make a deal with you. You're not gonna and because what I care about is my soul. What I cares about is being a teacher. And I think that's a mistake that Jordan Peterson made. And like quite honestly, once you make this mistake, you're stuck, man. You are now bought. And if you want to change the terms of the contract, if you want to be I'm sorry, this was not a good deal. I'll give back all your money. Well, certain things can happen to you. You know?
That was my favorite statement from the first interview we did, was that the real wealth is knowledge. Real wealth is not something, not Rothschild goy bucks, as I like to say. It doesn't come from fame. It doesn't come from any of these worldly things. It comes from the pursuit of something greater, enlightenment, as you say. It's something that I think that is more important than ever to pursue right now, especially if the US dollar collapses, which right now the chairman of the Federal Reserve is saying that, look at the writing on the wall. This does not look good. The United States just hit $39 trillion in debt, and this system is only based off of our belief in it. It's only because we believe in this currency that it holds any weight, and people die trying to accomplish and trying to achieve this wealth, this money that literally means nothing besides the stock that we place into it with our own minds. And so being in control of your own mind is the most valuable thing we can do in terms of resistance and revolution. As long as you maintain true independence and you don't rely upon the state, especially when AI is replacing so much of that authority figure, they want to control what's in here. That this is what makes you who you are. That's your soul. So more than ever, that is important.